Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and if you are new, welcome to my YouTube channel. And in today's YouTube video, we're back at it again with another In My VA Hole video. Like I said in the last video, I'm just going to be kind of mass recording these all at once, and then I'm going to post at least once of them a month. So these are all posts from May of 2023. So we'll see how long this lasts. I enjoy watching these videos. I think they're fun to watch, so I'm making them. They are, in fact, not, however, easier to edit. They're just about the same as the other videos, but they're easier to make, like in the sense of filming. So that's why I'm just popping these out. So I picked out 4. That's kind of how we do it. We do 4 at a time, and we're just gonna go through them, see what it's like. In the last video, we did this one, this one, this one, this one. They were all the a-holes. They were all the a-holes. So this is gonna be how we transition from now on. I'm just gonna say the word transition. Transition. Am I the a-hole for asking who spread a rumor about? Throwaway for obvious reasons. I'm going to try and keep this story as unbiased as possible. I, 16 female, have always had trouble keeping friends. I had in my toxic phases, and now I have anxiety for being toxic or a bad friend. This will be relevant later, but I'm also a feminist. Not looking to debate. I very much preach women's rights and destigmatization of women having normal sex experiences. Earlier this week, my best friend P, not real name, 16 male, messaged me asking if I had said anything to overshare. I said no, not knowing what he was talking about or what was going on. He starts getting dry, ignoring me entirely. I had a panic attack and scared that I was going to lose him. A few days later, his girlfriend messaging me asking me why I called her oh boy, that's not a safe for work word. I would never and have never called anyone the not safe for work for a suitcase. Bruh. I went with the first word that had an S and a U in it. I would never and have never called anyone the not safe for work word. The farthest I get with those sorts of things is an inside joke with my friends, and another word that I don't feel comfortable saying. I just, words that are derogatory against women, I'm not comfortable saying. Obviously, I'm confused and start asking her to explain. Apparently, people who are closer to me than her told her that I was calling her the not safe for work word. I never said anything of the sorts. I did make a poor joke about P oversharing to me, which I apologized for, but I shared no details. I started asking around trying to figure out who started the rumor, but eventually get to messaging P, who proceeded to berate me and tell me that even if the rumors turn out to be false, he didn't want to be friends again. He also had many inconsistencies with the story. Now my friends are ignoring and distancing from me. Am I the a-hole? Edit. Formatting. Edit 2. It seems I didn't explain my inside joke very well. One of my friends began spamming a word that I don't feel comfortable saying when I wouldn't pick up the phone. This is the only joke with this friends, not P's girlfriend. Something tells me P started this rumor. Something tells me P has feelings for her, the poster, and is kind of upset that he can't get with her. So the easiest way that he can kind of like take that out is by causing infighting and then just removing her from her altogether. And I think the girlfriend may have picked up on this. So when he's like, started like, I don't know, when he was like, yeah, I heard, because he came up to her about that first. He was like, I heard you've been calling my girlfriend, you know, that. And I just, something tells me in my analytic brain, my people watching brain, he has feelings for the OP, and the best way that he can find himself, getting rid of those feelings is to remove himself from the friendship and then and basically destroy her life. I had something similar happen to me, unfortunately. Men suck. This guy seems like a friend you don't want to have even if you have no friends. It's a rumor, just that. People spread gossip all the time. That's all. Rumors are unnecessary gossip. This guy seems like he just likes to listen to needless things others say. If he was a real friend, he would know the rumor wasn't true and brush aside telling those who spread it to screw off. Yes, so I had many inconsistencies with the story. That right there seems to be a screaming red flag to me. It sounds like he's spreading this rumor for whatever reasons. Why would he do this? Who knows? Maybe out of boredom, or you peeved him for some unknown reason. You're definitely not the a-hole. This P guy seems like he's coming up with absolute crap just for the sake of it. Maybe he thinks he's something private he told you spread around, although he was told it to somebody else. Yeah. This person is not the a-hole, and I would take a bet to say P has feelings for the OP, and this is the best way he can figure out how to not have them, is just to, not be her friend. Transition. Am I the a-hole? Question about gym etiquette. Okay, I had my first altercation at the gym. I don't think it's my fault, but always looking to improve myself, and if it's something I did wrong, I want to own it. So to give more context, the gym is divided in 2 sections. Indoor section followed by an outdoor section that is empty most of the times during the classes for extra space. Today, part of the WOD, what does that mean? Workout of the day? Maybe. 9:15:21. Bar facing burpees and chest to bar. You really can tell that I don't know working out things at all. So I had been at the end of the indoor section of the gym since the beginning of the class, where I don't bother anyone and I got space to do my workout. The instructor, I don't know, comes and parks her barbell right in front of, what? Okay, I don't know gym lingo. The SOW. The solo workout of the day is done. Oh, the solo, I'm gonna guess the solo workout of the day is done. This lady comes up and parks her barbell right in front of the pull-up bar that I'm using, and she knows since she saw me there multiple times without asking questions or saying anything. At some point, it happens. What was supposed to happen, I'm doing my C2B, and she yelled, MF, and leave the area. This person's grammar is throwing me off. I'm sorry. At the end of the workout, she goes complaining to her friend how I was swinging when doing a pull-up. I think he meant to say then. She came to me and she tells me, hey, next time be more careful. I was like, I've been here since the beginning of the class. You came here. What am I supposed to do? Move my stuff so you can work out? Keep in mind there's extra space available at the back for her to do her workout with plenty of space. I stopped talking to her and start picking up my stuff, and she yells, you hit me in the face with your pull-ups. Oh, I honestly didn't feel I hit anyone, but I guess if I did, I'm sorry. Is it my fault that she came and decided to park in front of me when... Everybody sucks here. It was a little hard to follow, but it sounds like you were in an area. This woman came up to you, the same area, got upset when you almost hit her, and continuing your workout. She definitely sucks, but I'm confused why you didn't say something when she came up to you in the area, like, hey, you may want to move a little further away. I don't want to accidentally hit you while I'm working out. I honestly thought of that after the whole incident on the way back home, like why I didn't say something when she parked there first, but I was getting grips out of my backpack behind me, then workout started. I turned around and saw it parked in front of me. This person does not know how to use a single comma, and it's really bothering me. I don't know. I would say everybody sucks here, and this person doesn't needs to work on how they, like, let me look for a period here. So this right here is all one sentence. He needs to work on how he tells stories. That's all I'm gonna say. Transition. Would I be the a-hole for suing my ex? I have 2, Liliana, 20 female, and Anthony, 16 male, children from a previous marriage. And 2, Bella, 6, Kia, I'm gonna say Kia, could be wrong. Kia, 3, children from my marriage with Tom. When I met Tom, I was a single mother, and honestly, times were rough. My previous husband had disappeared just after the divorce, and although he paid me the alimony, I was on my own raising our kids. Liliana was a very difficult teenager. She had anger outbursts, refused to talk to me, told me she hated me, but she didn't like Tom either, and got upset with us once we announced our pregnancy. She said it's never going to be her sibling. Ooh. That sucks. When Bella was born, hard times arrived. Tom and I argued, so we moved out, and I still had to attend my work. I work at night shifts sometimes. Liliana started taking care of Bella when I was at work, or when I was sleeping after a night shift. Since then, she, Bella, and Kia have been like best friends. Oh, that's nice. I mean, there's parentification going on, but at least she doesn't hate her siblings. It all changed when she got herself into medical university and spent a whole day outside of our home. It got difficult on us since Liliana stopped doing her part in the house activities. It's because she's in medical school? Oh, parentification. So it's nice that Bella has she went from, I'm never going to see them as my siblings, to seeing them as her siblings, but I bet you she's also part mom to those siblings, because you've parentified her. What's with parents and parentifying their children? When I asked her to cook or help with their siblings, and she always responds, I have a test this week, and that's the end of the discussion. That's valid. She has a test this week. She apparently got herself a job as a tutor. When Tom and I found out, both of us got a little angry. She needs to make money to put herself through med school. I'm sorry, she does. Med school's expensive. As if we were lied to. Times were really tough, and to support such a big family, we need to work a lot, so we need someone at the house to look after the young. Liliana knows this well enough, but she chooses to be selfish and help herself and not the family. Oh, I don't think I need to read more. Okay, here's the thing. If you know that you are struggling as it is with the 2 almost fully grown children that you have, why would you then bring 2 more children? Like, why would you then have 2 more children? Because it's obvious to me that this was a decision her and Tom made to have the 2 more kids. It strikes me as they want children because that's like a status symbol, having kids, but they aren't taking care of those children. You should never be relying on your older children to help raise your younger children and take care of them in any sense, because that's your job as the parent. Yeah, they can cook, they can clean, those are chores. They should do those. But washing and parenting and being the parent for those children, that's on you, not your children. Man, this is the part where I get angry. Oh my God, I feel bad. I do. I feel very bad. because it's obviously that they're struggling, and they're struggling to afford these 2 kids that they just had. But my thing, it's a complicated situation. Tom started yelling at her, saying she is selfish and the family would be better off if she didn't work and just babysat her sisters. That's not her job. How old is she? She's 20? That's not her job. It's not her job. That's your job, to find care for your children. Liliana starts yelling back at him, saying that she would have been better off working and that we are the selfish ones. Yes, she is 100% correct. She started crying about never having money to buy herself anything, that her dad sends me money for herself and not for the whole family, and she hates being the mother of the household. She's standing up for herself. She's calling out the obvious. That's all I can do is applaud this woman. Oh my god. I'm so glad she stood up for herself. Tom kept yelling at her and left the room because I didn't want her to see me crying. Apparently, Tom crossed some line because he yelled back, "If you're so miserable with us, then you're free to move out." So she did. I don't know when and how, but she got back in contact with her father. She moved out, lives with him, and stopped replying to any of the messages and calls. I don't know where he lives, so I don't have a way to go over to his place and talk some sense into her. Wow! I feel betrayed by her, as she knows how much dependent we are on her. You shouldn't be dependent on your child to raise your children. My ex-husband also stopped paying alimony for my daughter, which is against the law. Theoretically, you should be paying him the alimony right now. Or the child support. You should be paying the child support right now because... Also, she's 20. You shouldn't even be paying child support. She's 20. He shouldn't be paying child support. He's 20. Oh! Tom and I thought about suing him for it. Maybe this way, if we cut her off money-wise, Liliana will realize she's reliant on us. Since when our towards child abuse, it's not like Liliana is the only one taking care of the children. She simply has to help out in the moments of need, like pick them up once a week or take them for a walk while I clean the house. As a family, we have to work as a unit, not as individuals who don't care about each other. No. You don't get to backtrack on what you said. It's laid out very clearly in this post through your unsubconscious language that she is parenting those children. Oh my god. You're the a-hole. Yes. Alimony, blah, blah, blah. You are the a-hole, or you would be the a-hole. Why did you have more children if you can't take care of them? It's not your daughter's job to watch her kids, especially to do that instead of getting a job and focusing on her studies. You're a bad parent. Period. First of all, she's 20. She doesn't have to keep paying you. He doesn't have to keep paying you. Yes. Second, yes, you're the a-hole. Both for abusing your daughter and for the way you reacted once she got into school and had a job. And to your ex for trying to think that you can sue him. You're the a-hole in so many ways. 1, she's 20 years old enough to decide where she wants to live. 2, at 20, wanting to start being more independent is healthy and natural. She's correct. She shouldn't be the mother in the house. You should be. 3, if she's not living with you, why do you expect payments from her dad? He should be getting money from you. 4, you're treating her like a servant and a meal ticket. Reality check. She's a human being with her own goals and dreams. I'm not sure where you're located, but at 20, I can't imagine you getting payments for her upkeep much longer. Maybe you should be trying to budget without that money. Your kids are not your maids. Stop pumping out children if you can't handle taking care of them. You're the a-hole. I hope your son gets rescued out of that train wreck of a family, because now you know that this responsibility is definitely going on to that son. So, you parentified your daughter, you're treating her like a live-in servant, and you're surprised she's left? Yes, you're the a-hole. Why can't the boy babysit? You're the a-hole. Your daughter sounds like a smart and lovely girl. You used her as a free daycare and housemaid for years. I'm very happy she finally escaped this miserable situation. You want those kids, you have to take care of them. Yep, they are the responsibility, not Liliana's. I hope she stays no contact with you. Man, whoo! Flaming butthole right here. So, this person parentified their children and is upset when their children don't want to have any contact with them. Yeah, no, that's not okay. Nothing about this is okay. Next one, transition. Would I be the a-hole for demanding my boyfriend to no longer cover himself up? My boyfriend never had an easy childhood. Back then, he was considered hideous because of his looks. Many people were repulsed by him. This is partially because he was wearing huge glasses. He had long hair, which he never took care about properly. He was a bit bigger. He had a deformed jaw and yellow teeth. He was wearing braces most of the time. I was his only friend back then. I was raised not to judge people for their looks, so his looks didn't bother me, but he was still bullied from an early age. Then in elementary school, which was the worst, which was the worst. Even his parents sometimes couldn't hide their disgust for his looks, even though they tried and said something along the lines of, "We don't care how ugly you might be, we still love you no matter what." Oh, ouch. Whew. I'm sure they didn't mean it like that, but it was a pretty crappy thing to say to your own child. He started to cover himself up when he entered middle school. He always wore a hoodie, a mask, and long jeans, even at home because he didn't trust his parents. Almost none of the people there knew how he looked like, and even though the teachers always told him to put down his hood and the mask, he refused, and the teachers gave in after a while and accepted it. I was still friends with him. He was considered the weird one in middle school, but at least he wasn't bullied anymore. I developed feelings for him. In 8th grade, we both came out as gay, and we're a couple soon. He pulled his mask down to give me a kiss, but other than that, he trusted no one else to see him outside of his room. Oh, that's so sad. I was the only one who he trusted enough. I wish more people would have seen the incredible physical changes he went through when he got into puberty. At home, I saw him, and I couldn't take my eyes off of him because he was so pretty. He lost weight, he cut his hair shorter, didn't wear his glasses anymore, and took care of it. He's overall incredibly cute. He still feels ashamed of his looks, so he covers himself up. No one except me knew what he looked like, not even his parents. He doesn't believe me when I tell him how cute he is and says I have to say it since I'm his boyfriend. But I would say it either way. Now my question is, would I be the a-hole if I demanded that right on he only leaves the house with his hoodie and mask and finally lets people see him? I knew it might be difficult for him, but he has to do it someday, so why not now? I'm a bit scared because he hinted once that asking him to leave the house without him being ready would cross a boundary, so I don't want him to not trust me anymore, but I cannot stand seeing him like this any longer. He has to overcome it one day, so would I be the a-hole? I'm not going to read the edit because it seems like a spoiler. I think they would be. I think the boyfriend needs to see a therapist about this and work through emotions through that, because it's psychological damage and trauma that he's been through from being bullied, and even by his parents. The fact that he has to cover up almost every inch of himself. That is heartbreaking to hear, and I think he does need to talk to a therapist about it, and they can help him and get him ready a lot more than they can, and the poster should not rush him if he's not ready. So let's read the edit. You guys are right, I shouldn't demand this from him, but maybe I can encourage him to do it slowly. Maybe show himself to his parents at first, and then we'll see how it goes. Encouraging would be good. I wouldn't be like, hey, maybe you should show what you look like to your parents. I think that would be a little bit too strong. But slowly, like, you know, more casually, like, hey, do you feel like maybe just even walking around the house or something like that when you're home alone without the mask or anything on? Like, things like that. Someone said fan fictions. I have a hard time to believe this story. Is this a plot of a movie? Lifetime movie of the week. Wow. If he isn't ready, it's not your place to force him. Yep. This sounds like a badly written romance novel. There's people who are like, this isn't real. If it is real, no forcing him. No forcing him. Alright. With that being said, that was our last one. I think that was a good balance. The parentified one was rough. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and like, comment, subscribe, do all the fun YouTube things, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.